Hey guys, how are you all? Today I'm here to talk about my impressions and thoughts on a series that is currently airing in the winter anime season, and it's called The Rolling Girls. So The Rolling Girls was kind of like a shot in the dark, hit or miss kind of anime because it is Studio Wit's first original animation series, so there is no material that this series is based off of. It is clearly just all the animators and the screenwriters working together to produce something. And generally, I think they came off successful in certain areas and not so successful in other areas. So this is one of the series that I really held back from giving first impressions because it's really difficult to give first impressions for the series. Like, you don't really get a grasp of the series, or you don't understand what's going on in the series until you literally get to like the half mark of the show, which is basically where we are right now. As of right now, about like 5 to 6 episodes are released for Rolling Girls, and I believe there should be only 12. So there have been 6 episodes so far, and I've finally amassed enough information to give a proper rundown of what exactly is happening in the show. So The Rolling Girls takes place in an era of Japan where the Great Tokyo War has split up Japan into various factions and gangs and territories. And there are a lot of different power struggles that are going on between these gangs. So basically what happens is there's a lot of like awkward jumping around at the beginning for narrating, storytelling, plot building. And then finally around episode 2 or 3 we get to the point where the main group of slice of life characters is assembled, led by Nozomi, and there's a bunch of other girls whose names are not as significant, to be honest. So Nozomi is the main character. She doesn't have much of a personality, to be honest, and I'm really keeping up with this series because the art is really gorgeous. So what happens is that Nozomi's older mentor or sister kind of figure, Ma-chan ends up falling ill and injured because of all the fighting she's been doing to protect her territory and keep the peace. So Nozomi takes up her role to kind of like go around to the different territories and be a liaison for good relations and solve problems within the territories. So this sounds like a very concrete premise, but on execution, it's not quite as done well. The series really tries to draw a balance between slice of life, everyday scenes, and cute girls, and action and politics, and it doesn't really quite work. They could have either focused a lot on slice of life and had the action totally sidelined, or focused a lot on the plot and just had very two-dimensional characters, or had characters that would grow and develop regarding the series. Usually slice of life series are very character-driven series because, like, let's face it, the things they do are mundane, so if they're not interesting, we don't really want to watch them. The thing with like action series is that the action is what's driving the plot. And as the action goes, characters develop accordingly because they've been influenced by what's happening. The thing with Rolling Girls is that it tries to do a bit of both, and I feel like that's where it falls into like an indecisive category. Rolling Girls also lacks a lot of explanations. You have to pick up a lot of the explanations on your own based on the premise that the synopsis sets up, as well as the little bits of information that are dropped in between the slice of life and political conflicts. So sometimes you'll be given dialogue between the girls that are totally meaningless or just like mundane, and other times you'll be given very specific pieces of information that are key to the overarching world structure of the story. But see, the overarching plot structure knowledge does not come off often enough for you to actually be very invested in how the series is set up. You're more invested in observing the main characters, i.e. the girls, perceive certain events. But because that narrative and that storytelling isn't particularly strong, the series kind of lags at certain points, and you just start to lose interest because of the way that things are paced. In terms of animation though, Rolling Girls does very, very well. The art direction is spectacular, the character designs are very unique. The only problem with all the characters being so unique is that there are so many characters, and we do not get enough time to actually sit down and get to know every single one of the supporting characters and their stories. Yes, we get a bit of background information, but because we're jumping around so much, there's not enough time for the audience to digest it and think about it and relate to those characters before we move on to a whole other set of characters. And I had fairly high hopes for Rolling Girls. I've been on like a slice of life kind of like rut for the past 2 seasons because I watched Glasslit, which was just no words. Nothing. I also watched like a bunch of other older slice of life series that just kind of fell short, so I went back and rewatched Nichijou, and I went and watched Tare Tare, but Rolling Girls really had potential. Right now we are only at the half series mark. Other than what I mentioned with balancing power struggles with character development and slice of life, they also have another subplot, which is collecting these jeweled hearts. And these jeweled hearts give you enough power to fight like a superhuman. Personally, I don't understand where that fits into the story because you kind of have this like weird magical element in the midst of slice of life and gang wars. The little heart jewel, it kind of serves as a power tipping kind of element in the equation of all this. And also one of the main characters, Chiaya, is tied to one of the hearts because apparently her mother is collecting these hearts and I don't understand why, and we have not been given enough information. So I'm trying to be optimistic about Rolling Girls, but as of right now in the half series mark, I don't know what to think of it. Definitely if you're interested in Studio Wit's animation, you should definitely check out this series. It is vastly different from what Studio Wit in Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan is so much more down to earth, so much more realistic in its earthly tones, versus how Rolling Girls is just like a fantasy magical wonderland of gang wars and girls. So yeah, that's my thoughts on Rolling Girls. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below because I don't really know what to think of this series. I'm just trying to keep optimistic with it as I'm keeping up with it weekly. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys like this video, don't forget to hit like or subscribe for more from me. Oh, don't forget videos come out at the beginning of the week for Manga Mondays or at the end of the week on Thursdays and Fridays for a video of my choice. I have been diverted a bit from anime recently, but I'm really happy to get back into it. I did enjoy my break into other fandoms because there was just not enough really like striking new anime this season. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys again for watching, and I will talk to you guys in my next video very soon. Bye!